Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Realm of Ori. In this video, we will continue with Volume 14, Chapter 3, The Capital in Turmoil, Part 5. And before we start, this video contains spoilers from the Tensura light novel. And by the way guys, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon to get notifications for upcoming videos. So without further ado, let's get into the video. No sound was made. Somehow, at some point, she was already standing there. Known as the Marshal, the figure who sat beside the Emperor. Lord Velgrynd, Damrata muttered, and Yuki listened but felt very loud. Velgrynd? Don't you mean? At this moment, Yuki realized that his face had become spastic. This world is known as the strongest dragon species. In front of this existence, Yuki unconsciously compared his own strength. Hurts my brain. It hadn't felt that way when I saw Veldora before. It wasn't a matter of winning or losing in this subdivision anymore. To go head-to-head with such an opponent would be tantamount to suicide. Even though Yuki realized this, he didn't give up. I never thought that His Excellency the Marshal would be the true dragon race. That way, we'll know why Guy won't go out in person. Hey, it's rare for a human to not to be timid in the face of me. You deserve a compliment. Thank you very much. By the way, it would have been nice to leave me alone. I don't care. Only it's not me who's looking for you. It's my dear sir. Velgrynd finished and took a step back. It was only then that Yuki noticed the man's aura. He couldn't help but widen his eyes and stare at the figure. Standing beside Velgrynd was a man in a costume that was almost astronomical in value. It was a familiar face. Masayuki? No, it's not possible. Are you? If you look closely, the eyes are also different. Masayuki's eyes looked as loose as if they were less rooted, while the man's gaze was as domineering as if he wanted to see through everything. It's a different person, this one. The Emperor Rudra? That's right, Yuki-sama. This is the Emperor at the top of the Empire, Lord Rudra. It's amazing. I didn't think that the noble majesty would come to a place like this. Are you idle? Very busy. It's not the time to play around when the win against Guy comes down to the wire. Hey, then don't be lazy. Don't talk too much, and become his men. Doing so will not deprive you of your will. This was the kind of person Yuki hated the most, but for some reason there was a feeling of being unable to disobey. Is this thought induction? It's a bit like the domination exerted by Maribel, but it's incomparable in strength. Nope, it's not that simple of an empowerment. Bah, you've got some nerve. I didn't expect this kind of trick when I came up. Yuki exasperatedly spat out a mouthful of spit mingled with blood. Dominating was his specialty, and being preempted made Yuki furious. What's wrong? Is it so incredible that your own power doesn't work? No. No way, Rudra. This child bathed in your dominance and mistakenly thought he had suffered a mental attack. Be more gentle with him, or he will be broken before he becomes a minister. Don't you think that's a good idea, too? There are few people who can talk to you as equals, and it's not because the power differential is hard to grasp. You gotta be kidding me. Don't you see me at all? In that case, let me take away your composure. Alright, I'll take it. Indeed, you are the rulers of this world. But with such power, I cannot conquer the world. I am impotent in my opinion. How arrogant. Nah, Rudra, really kill him. Even if such a brat was included in the camp, it wouldn't make much difference in terms of coping with Chi's battle prowess. It'll just be unpleasant, won't it? Don't say that. Even if it seems insignificant to you, cultivating it can make you a useful pawn. Besides, isn't it nice to be defiant? Just like the kitten that refuses to get close to people, doesn't it have its cuteness? I like it a lot. Since Velgrynd was present, it couldn't take much time. The first move was the strongest attack, and even Velgrynd was suppressed in one fell swoop. After deciding, Yuki set up a pose. I have no interest in submitting to someone weaker than myself when you said you'd become your servant. If you want me to obey, you have to show proportionality. Yuki shouted and began to move. The right hand unleashes one of the powers of the King of Greed, sucking life, and at the same time uses the power to block. In this way, a vicious attack could be formed across the opponent's boundaries. This was the original use of the death-snatching palm, which was different from Damrata's time, and Yuki attacked with an aura that didn't matter if he killed his opponent. With this two-stage attack continuum, Yuki was intent on killing a way out alive. However, the idea was easily crushed. You won't be able to do anything to Rudra in front of me. With a speed that even Yuki, who had raised his physical abilities to the limit, couldn't see, Velgrynd stepped forward. Yuki was stunned. It was enough to make Yuki vomit blood in rushing waves. Sensing the danger in this instant, Yuki forcefully twisted his body to pull away. Even so, Yuki was wounded, but the reason was that he had exploded himself, only because he had seized a huge amount of energy that he could not fully control through the life-grabbing palm. How? Maybe. So simple it's more than I can handle. Now my limit is enough to hold a dozen elves, and it overflows in an instant. Damn, the power differential is surprisingly large, and it's no wonder it doesn't put me in the eye. This is undoubtedly on the same level as Guy. Yuki understands this, and only now does he know the height of the world. To go on the offensive yourself is an act of suicide. Don't be such a jerk. Wouldn't it be a pleasure to have me out there, answering your wish to know about my power? What a bad habit, Rudra. If you get hurt, it'll be boring. Leave it to me. Oh, that's not acceptable. Right? Ha 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 ha, you're a good man. If I had accepted reality, I would have lost. But I'm not going to give up easily, don't think I'll simply surrender. Sure enough, let me be your opponent. That being said, I am the best at domination. If you can bear it, you're a winner. You can go wherever you want. Rudra's broad-mindedness was not the same as Yuki's. That's why Yuki is creeped out about Rudra and at the same time angry at being belittled. Good at domination? The same goes for me on this one. I'll bet everything on this power, the king of greed. If it falls short here, it means that my supremacy was only that great. I know. If you lose, I will avenge you. No need to worry. That's funny, you guys. It's also understandable why Guy judged you guys as game-disrupting clowns on the board. Why would you know this? Hey, it's called the Moderate Clown Troupe, right? A moment ago, a report was received from Tensura that the chairman of Clown Troupe had also fallen into my hands. I'll tell you this, too. Now that we know all your information, challenge me with this mentality. Tensura, also known as Lieutenant Kondo. Rudra used some means to get in touch with Kondo, and by this time, reports were received that Kigali had surrendered. Really, this is hurting my brain. Are my hand cards all exposed? Wasn't Kigali dead? Rudra seems to be the one who dominates the power of the system, and it seems that Kondo is using a power that mimics Rudra's. In that case, rather than running away, Yuki formulated the battle in a flash. Thank you so much for taking care of me. But your submissiveness will be fatal. It's okay. The rule of thumb is that a victory over a fully committed opponent is a complete victory. So you, too, give it your all without remorse. After saying that, Rudra took a step further forward. Unarmed and in a unique pose. Honestly, it's impossible to win decently. Even if there's a chance of getting rid of Rudra, there's still Velgrynd. Since I can't escape from here, all I can do is invalidate Rudra's domination, right? Come on, Rudra. Yuki bet everything on the mere possibility. Hegemony, unleash the power. With Rudra, Yuki's movement, the distance between him and Yuki was pulled to zero in a flash. The essence of the ultimate power, the king of justice, which enables anyone to submit to the power of Rudra. Rudra stood from grace. Yuki fell in place. The win and the loss look clear at a glance, but the outcome is unknown. Is it really okay not to kill him? This kind of guy just pretends to be obedient and then bites back when he's inattentive, right? That's okay, that's where the fun is. If he can resist my domination, then as a reward, I'll just let him go. The winner, Rudra, smiled fearlessly. Then, turning his gaze to Damrata, who had melted into air in the corner of the room, he spoke affectionately. Forgive me, Damrata. Now, don't let you get in my way yet. All is as His Majesty would have it. When that man wakes up, you take care of him. Understood. As if satisfied with Damrata's answer, Rudra left with Velgrynd. The purge was just beginning. Now that the Emperor has acted, it means that times are about to change. Tiddu, too, was not immune to intense unrest. That day, the sky was tinted bright red late at night, and scarlet rain fell incessantly, enveloping the night.